What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today is November 27th, 2023, and this marks just about actually 7 months since I've owned my Hivemapper dash cam. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be using the 6-month review. I wanted to make this video as a little update on top of my 3-month review and my initial 1-month review to show you guys how far Hivemapper has come along the way. There's been quite a few changes that have made this a really good project. And in all honesty, after my 3-month review and the issues that I said were in there, I managed to fix the hardware problems that I had, and Hivemapper fixed all of the software issues that there were. So I want to get into that, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
Support for this video is sponsored by Keystone. Now until December 11th, take 30% off their entire site. This includes their all-new Keystone 3 Pro hardware wallet for only $90, which I haven't even reviewed on the channel yet. I have their Keystone 2 Pro, and their Keystone tablets, which are recovery/seed phrase wallets. Use the link in the description or head to Keystone, and thank you Keystone for sponsoring this video.
All right, so let's get into it. So in the 3-month review, I talked about some issues I had. The first one being a hardware issue, which was my actual dash cam kept falling because the mount that they sent me was not faulty, but it just wasn't that good. In the hot summer months when this 3-month review was going, which was August 1st, there was a lot of issues with that mount. It kept falling almost every single time I got in the car, and it got to the point where I wrapped it around my mount. And you guys can check this video out if you're interested. But I decided, why not just bite the bullet? So I bought this dash cam mirror mount on August 17th, pretty much 16 days after the publishing of that video, and I have not looked back since. This is the best dash cam mount. I'll have it in the description so you guys can check it out if you want to purchase it for yourself. It was only 12 bucks. It was super cheap, and it got delivered super fast. Right now, yes, it's Monday, so I can get it delivered in 3 days. It changed everything for me. They sell so many different mounting hardware with this. Like you're getting, I feel like you're paying $12 and it costs more for them to manufacture this, but you get so many different mounting hardware that it's just great. So that mounts on the camera, or the camera mounts onto the rear view mirror. And this is just a picture of what I have it set up as. So you can see it from the front. This is pretty good. It points straight forward. You can orient the direction you want. You can have it pointing out to the left, the right, or center, and you can change the height that it's at. And this is what it looks like from inside the car. It really doesn't create that much of a block in my view because I'm not really looking there. If I'm trying to merge lanes, I'm looking in my mirrors. So I thought it was a really good purchase, and I haven't looked back since. I'll talk about this in a second, but just going over to some other issues I had. So the hardware issues were fixed. This is talking about the dash cam S and some stuff. The software issues. One of the software issues that I had was that the device would disconnect randomly in my car when I was driving. It was really frustrating. That still seems to happen sometimes, but it's been a lot less frequent, and I'm not sure what is going on with that. I don't know if the device overheats or whatnot, but it seems to be in the colder months. And this is the first time I'm actually having this device in the colder months that this kind of seems to be going away. So whatever Hivemapper did, just keep doing it. Some new things that Hivemapper has done. Originally, when you mapped a whole bunch and you transferred it to your phone, and then when you sent it to the network, it would send everything to the network, all of your pictures that you took, and they would be pretty much, it would say the amount that you captured got sent to the network, got sent to Hivemapper. Something that popped up for me, and I thought it was an issue when it first came up, so I reached out to them, was when it went from my camera to my phone, that transaction, it made a whole bunch of the actual pictures disappear. So it went from, let's say I had 20,000 transferring to my phone, only 12,000 transferred. I was very confused. I reached out to them. I said, what's going on? And they said they actually changed it so that all of the processing of removing all of the bad photos comes on my end instead of putting it on their end. It just makes it easier for them. Made a lot of sense to me, but it's upsetting that I don't get to see all of those pictures get sent to Hivemapper. So that was cool. Any other software issues I've had? I mean, I can open up the app right now and it says connect dashcam to Wi-Fi. There's no issues that I've had with it disconnecting from the Phantom wallet that I had in the past. That seems to be all resolved. I don't know if that's because I have the iPhone 15 now. I don't know if that's the reason, or if they seem to actually fix it. There's been quite a few updates pushed on the App Store, and this is just my issues with iOS. So I think that's pretty much it. And then I'll talk about the earnings. But one other thing that they introduced was the Hivemapper Bursts, and these were introduced at the end of the month. So this would have been my 4-month review of the Hivemapper Bursts, and I haven't seen any of them in my area, but my friend Joe, Network Bits, has actually just mapped quite a few, and we're waiting to see how much he actually earns from this. But basically the way it works is they have an area that they can claim that they're going to put these bursts there. You can go and map it, and depending on however many people map it, you get a reward split between these people. So here it is right here. You guys can check this out. And this has been live for a couple months now, but it seems like they're just finally starting to ramp this up and actually push these out. So this was in October. They started to really hammer these out and go to places, and they change it all the time. So it's an incentive to go out here and map these tokens, because let's see what 1,000 Hivemapper is priced at right now. It's $52. And if you get a share of that, if you're in the area, it's worth it. If there's 5 people in the area, you still get 200 honey tokens, which is $10. So it's definitely a good incentive to get people out there and mapping, and they change these all the time. So the closest one to me would be Atlantic City or New York, and they have a bunch in the actual city. So let's find New York. That's not New York. It's going to be difficult because everything is hidden. But I guess we could do Atlantic City. You see how many bursts are actually here. It's not just like 1 or 2 bursts. This is probably 15 or maybe even 30 here. You can map all of these and get a boatload of honey for that week. And this is just distributed to the people that actually participate and map these bursts. So it's pretty cool. And then they have these weekly updates that talk about stuff that is activated and deactivated. Different areas of the country get deactivated if there's no activity. And this goes for all over the world. And then they also talk about the new areas that were activated because people started mapping in those areas. So they have these every month. They seem to release, or it looks like every 7 days. Yeah, so every week they release this. And they talk about some honey bursts that are available in different areas. So Joe just got, I believe, all the ones in Chicago, which is pretty cool. They didn't have the actual picture of these, but I'm sure they'll show up. Hopefully they'll show up in my area or close to where I am, and I can map them and show you guys and make a video for it showing the earnings. But that's pretty much it for the updates for Hivemapper. It's been very consistent. There hasn't been like any breaking news that them being listed on any exchanges or anything like that, but there is some speculation that they might be listed on some exchanges in the future. I believe Coinbase might be one of them. And the reason I'm saying this is I'm not trying to like spread FUD or anything like that. The reason it's easier for honey over other projects to get on is because they're on the Solana network, and Helium is on the Solana network, and Helium is already back onboarded onto Coinbase, I believe. So Hivemapper can follow the same steps, and it'll be pretty easy. The only issue is they have to raise a pretty substantial capital to actually pay to be put on the exchange. But with that out of the way, let's get into my earnings. I have accrued 28,000 honey, which right now it says it's $561. Just keep in mind the actual Hivemapper device. Let me go to the website and show you guys. I think they actually brought this price down quite a bit. It's at $279, and I definitely made that money back just at the current balance that it's saying, but it's actually not updated. If I were to copy this balance and throw it into CoinMarketCap, which shows the accurate price, and just look at the past month, how much has gone up. It's $1,500 if I were to sell today. Now, I'm not going to sell, but that is incredible return on investment. If I were to have purchased the dash cam, I would have had made my money back times what, 6? 300 divided by 1,500? Oops. 5. So 5 times over I've made my return on this project, which is just great. I personally like the project. I have no reason to sell. I think there is still a lot of potential, and we're not even in the bull run yet, and you can see the potential this coin has reached. It looks like it's probably going to drop back down after this, though. Let's look at the 7 days, because it's quite a significant spike. But just last week I was looking at this, and I think I only had like $500 worth. So it's crazy how much it has gone up in the past month to 7 days. And I've seen this trend with a lot of the other tokens on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. So it doesn't look like I can actually find this on the Explorer with as much detail as I have in the actual app. It looks like on average I make about 1,000 honey a week, and I really have not been driving that much. This past week, driving home for Thanksgiving break and driving back to school, I probably will see a lot more honey that I've earned. But the last thing I want to say before I wrap this video up is the issue I have with all of these scams that keep coming into my account. And it's really important. This has nothing to do with Hivemapper. This actually is third parties trying to scam you out of your account and your tokens. So if you are on Phantom, if you have a Solana wallet on Phantom, you're going to have NFTs transferred to your account. You're going to have tokens transferred to your account. Do not touch them. Do not send anything. Do not receive anything. Don't even look at them. Just burn the tokens immediately. You want to make sure you burn these because they're scams, and you don't want to accidentally click anything that will give access to your account and you will lose your funds. So that's my final just kind of announcement, to just be on the lookout for these things. Anytime you get a honey airdrop or anytime you get an NFT that says it has to do with Hivemapper or honey, just double check in the Discord and make sure, and then burn the tokens and be on your way, because there's a lot of people that are trying to scam you out for your money. But that's all I got for this video. And if you guys are interested in a Hivemapper, you can pick one up right now for 10% off. That works for the Hivemapper Dashcam and the Dashcam S with my link in the description, or use code BAGNEL10. I believe it's all caps, and you guys can get a discount. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great one. Peace out.